Welcome, Gemini. This is your weekly Teroscope reading for March the 27th through to April the 3rd, 2017. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we begin, thank you. Thank you truly for all of the love you send me, for all of the positive support and the positive energy that you send my way each and every day. Truly, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, let's see what the energy is going to be for us this coming week. Now we start off with the new moon. There's other things happening in the sky as well. Look at that. We have the Magician as the very first card. Now, the Magician being the very first card, okay, he could be exactly that illusion. Or we believe that somebody is telling us one thing and in fact it's another thing. Or they're leaving parts out of the story. Remember, the Magician is the magician. He's the one that makes the coin appear from behind your ears. So, when he's in the first position like this, I caution you. Now, he could be bringing in the most wonderful path, the most wonderful abundance, um, you know, fulfilling a affirmation, a goal, opening a door for you, providing you with something. Absolutely. So this is a strong card to really, really take notice of how often you're giving your affirmations up, how often negative thoughts come in, and how often you need to actually stop that in order to bring in the positive. And with the Four of Wands, so we're very grounded here. We are, we are starting on our dreams, on our goals, on what we want to accomplish, what we want to do, how we want to go forward, what we want to change in our life. This could be the dynamics of people in your life and understanding, who you gravitate to, where there's a spark, where there's a dynamic, where there's not. With the King of Pentacles, so, this is thinking outside the box. This is your new original creative ideas, is really going to bring you in the abundance that you want. So think of a new way forward. Okay, especially if you've been bouncing against a wall or trying to get over a roadblock, this is a beautiful time with this energy to think of a new way, a plan B, a plan C, okay, because that's when the abundance truly comes in. And then we have the Hangman. Now, the Hangman is over the Four of Wands, so we may be contemplating more than actually making decisions about, well, the dynamics of relationships, what you are truly stepping into, where you want to put your focus, where it actually is right now. And it's almost like we have to back it up a little bit here. We have to maybe meditate, pray, reflect on what we actually want in our lives and how we are going to obtain it, but also how we are going to obtain it with a balance going forward, because we want that balance, we want that peace of mind, we want that harmony included in the whole plan. We have the Knight of Pentacles as our underlining card, so we are going to be able to see some of the steps laid out for us, what we need to do. Now, whether or not we want to listen to that, that's a whole other story, but you will get this aha moment of, well, if I did this first, then this would probably fall into place, or then I would be more prepared to step into this way. So, that could be a learning experience where you want to investigate a little bit more before teaming up with a mentor or somebody in the field that knows more. And that's just one example of trillions I could probably give you in just taking it. We have the Hangman here, so that's very much taking it back a step and understanding the plan a little bit more in detail, a little bit more of each footstep that we have to take. Now, with the King of Pentacles, we want to see the big picture, but we don't need to see the whole path in between. But we do want to start concentrating on those first couple of steps and what we need to do. We have the Seven of Pentacles. So what are you cultivating? Where are you putting your energy? Does your energy need to be focused in this area or that area? Or are you being dragged into somebody else's drama? So pay attention to where you are putting your energy, and if that's where you really want your energy to be. And if it's not, then you need to realign yourself. So this week is very much about, well, letting the magic come in, but realigning yourself, doing that constant check. Am I with the right people? Is there a dynamic within this group? Am I learning something through this experience? Am I growing my knowledge, my wisdom? Am I gaining more love within this relationship? More compassion within the relationship? We have the Knight of Cups. Well, there's true love. And the Five of Wands. So, well, first thing I got is if you're single, get out there and mingle and start meeting people. Different walks of life, unique people, people that you normally wouldn't associate with. Okay, it might be somebody very different and very unusual comes into your life right about now if you are single. But as an overall, for this card, it's, your passion grows for whatever you want to step into when you are surrounded by people. And it's almost like you can start talking the talk. Like maybe you were stumbling on how to describe something to somebody and what you want to step into or what you want to create or what you want to start or begin. And it wasn't really coming out the way you wanted it to. Now it will. And you will have the group's attention. You will have them in awe over what you say. So chances are this will be more towards the end of the week, not the beginning of the week. So any great passion, any great desire that you are thinking about, this is a week where you start to, maybe it's writing, maybe it's expressing yourself through writing, maybe it's expressing yourself through your own mind and really getting some clarity on the direction you want to go in. Maybe it's explaining your ideas or your perceptions, your creation in your mind to people so that they get excited about it. They join forces with you. Things grow from that moment. For work and career, we have the Five of Cups. So you know what? If it didn't work yesterday, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and point your nose in the forward direction. Okay, we can't cry over spilt milk. If you didn't get that promotion, if you didn't get that raise, if you didn't get that job, this is not a time to sit back and lick your wounds. It's a time to straighten up your shoulders and know that the right opportunity is out there for you. Or maybe this is a time where you can start learning more in order to be more prepared for that raise or that promotion or that career change or choice. This is also when we spend money on things and now we are looking at it and it's like, oh, why did I blow my money on that? I could have used it so much better in so many other ways. And that could be time as well. That could be energy as well. And so this card is here to tell us not to beat ourselves up, to move on from the experience, to let it go, to know that we are destined for greatness. So let's not let the little hiccups pull us down, dissipate our energy, make us feel like we can't succeed because we can. For love and relationships, we have the Queen of Cups. This could be more of you extending your love to the community, to a charity, to an organization, to help others, to be of service to others. So it's your love, your compassion coming forth. That could very well be what this card is doing in the love and relationships card, rather than a certain love or a certain relationship. But if we are looking at a certain love or a certain relationship, when the Queen of Cups, it's about nurturing. It's about loving. It's about accepting them for who they are and accepting ourselves for who we are and loving ourselves and embracing ourselves. If you are not with somebody, this is where, I'd almost be a little careful with this card in this placement. I'm almost getting a feeling like we might be too nurturing to another person right now, that we might overstep our bounds. We might actually, they'll go running scared because you're getting very serious really fast, or you're smothering, so to speak, or just too much attention. So be the diplomat here, and start the new relationships. If new relationships come into your life, slowly take time for it to evolve. Okay, throw that kind of humanitarianism into the community or a family member. Don't put it on them. For spirituality, we have temperance, which means, the spirituality will bring a balance into your life. If you start a meditation practice, if you start a prayer practice, if you start just a 5 minutes a day of just quiet reflection, it's going to matter for you. It's going to build you up. It's going to empower you. Maybe this is the week where you start writing a gratitude journal or just a journal in general. This is about needing the balance of spirituality in your life a little bit more. So growing it right now, embracing it in some way. Your own definition of spirituality, not mine, not somebody else's, but yours. And where you can grow it a little bit stronger in your own way. For health, Nine of Swords. This card is usually, if you, especially if you're having a health scare right now, that um, it'll probably be a lot less worrisome than you thought. This is where we can, if you're waiting for test results to come back and your mind just starts going, they say 3 to 5 days your results will be in those 3 or 5 days, you're on the brink of hanging from the ceiling by your nails because you're so tense of what they could tell you. And it dissipates our energy. We worry and we worry and we worry. And then we get the call and everything's clear. Everything's fine. Or we want you to come in because there's a little bit of a hiccup and a little bit of medication and we can straighten this out for you. So this is worry and concern coming in for absolutely no other reason but then we gravitate towards the negative before we gravitate towards the positive, especially when it comes to health scares. So think positive. Now, this could also be us beating ourselves up where maybe we had a beautiful workout program and we've kind of fallen off the wagon on it, and we're mad at ourselves. We're beating ourselves up. We can't stick at it. Why not? We should always, now I've put on that 5 pounds. Now I've got to start all over from scratch. And you start to dissipate your energy in that way. So watch the negative self-talk. Okay, this negative self-talk can be so damaging for you this week. So you really need to yell stop when you hear it. I mean, we have thousands of thoughts every single day, and most of them we're not even aware of. It's usually when we go to sleep at night, we lay our head on that pillow, we finally quiet our world enough to actually hear what's in our mind, and it all blurts out as negative. So we really need to be very conscious of what we are telling ourselves. Remember, your mind doesn't know fact from fiction, so lean towards the positive. Tell yourself a good bedtime story of how you are successful, of how everything is coming together for you, how you have so much abundance in your life. And start thinking in those terms instead of pulling yourself down or pulling your energy down. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.